Hey, it's Jake. You got time for a beer? I think I do. This one's one that I got from my cellar. It is Night Owl. It's pumpkin ale from Elysian Brewing Company. Let's see, what's it say here? Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Original pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin roasted and raw pumpkin seeds and spiced and conditioning with nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice. 12 fluid ounces. Alcohol, 6.7% by volume. Ale brewed with pumpkin seeds, and spices. Unfiltered, may contain some sediment. So, got to make sure that I don't pour this all out, even though I really do like to. Sediment's not good for you, just in case you were wondering. Says it was brewed and bottled by Elysian Brewing Company in Seattle, Washington. Pretty sure that I got this one from the Meyer in Corona, the one that I used to work at. And I got this when I was working there, so if I did get this there. So this one's been in my stuff for a while, so we'll see how this goes. It could explode when I open it, I don't know. So it should be spicy, which is good because it's a pumpkin beer. It's getting to be that time of year, I think. People are starting to talk about it. I'm getting excited for the Voodoo stuff to come out. They're supposed to have something that's all pumpkin spicy, and then it's a habanero brew, so that should be pretty good. I like spicy beers. My brother, on the other hand, he does not. I tried that Tio Rodrigo Michelada and did not like that at all, which is unfortunate because I really like that beer. He did like the Tio Rodrigo though, so that's good. Yeah, this one looks old. Not a whole lot of head on it because, well, it's old. All these yeast are dead in the bottom. See how that looks. It's got that really cool owl on the front there. I like that too. Pumpkin and all the good seasonings and whatnot. There's really not a whole lot left in there. Just like that last little tiny bit. Okay, so let's see what this is like. It smells good. Like nutmeg and cloves, ginger. I mean, I just said that's what's in it, so that makes sense. It hasn't gone bad. It didn't pop. It's still carbonated. Not as carbonated as it was, but I'm sure. But I mean, if you're going to keep it, keep it. It's pretty good. I've had beers that were not this good. Actually, I think I had a mini keg of Oberon from like 2016 that I needed to drink, and it was not as good as it should have been. I think I had like 3 or 4 beers. And it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't very good. Kind of metallic-y, or it tastes metallic, and that's never a good sign for a beer, especially one that doesn't usually taste like that. Although, I will say that it did taste a lot more like I remember Oberon tasting, like from before they decided to only use Michigan products to brew their beer. Does this remind me of a beer? I mean, nothing in particular, but just thinking, I was talking with some people at work, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've got all these new beers coming out. The fall ones are starting to get here." And I was expecting to be like, "Oh yeah, there's the Leinenkugel one, the pumpkin patch shandy. If you ever try that, it's pretty good if you like pumpkin pie in your beer, because it definitely tastes like somebody put pumpkin pie in a light lager. And if you like that, then it's like perfect. If you don't like that, then it is not. Probably what pumpkin juice should taste like. I doubt that it is. I didn't ever have pumpkin juice when I went down to Florida. I don't know for sure if they had that there or not. The butterbeer I did have though. It was suggested that I get it frozen because it's better that way. And it is very good that way. I don't know if it's better that way or not, but it's very good that way, and I like that a lot. Does this remind me of a story? A story. I don't know. Most of my really good stories, this reminds me of like bonfires and stuff like that, which is weird because most of my really good stories of bonfires don't come from the fall. I mean, I was kind of nerdy kid in high school, and most of the stuff that went on like after football games and stuff, I was in the marching band. I was beat. Have you ever carried a 40-pound thing around on your shoulder for 3 hours? It's hard, especially when you only weigh like 100 pounds. It's like half my body weight almost. I was tired. Every once in a while I go to like McDonald's or whatever, but not real often. Mostly I would come home and eat pizza and go to sleep because we had a competition the next day. We were good too, by the way. How old would I have been? 17? 17. We won a state championship. 18 too. We had a good marching band back when I was in school. But yeah, most of my really good fire stories come like spring or summer. Come to find out, the minimum number of pallets you should have for a pallet fire is 10. If you have any less than that, you got to break them up, or the stuff's too spaced out and you can't get a really good seal on the fire, so it doesn't burn all that great. But with 10 pallets, you can get it to burn really fast, well, you can get it burning really fast if you put enough cardboard in it. And it'll burn for about a half an hour, right down to coals. Pallets make the best coals for cooking on, especially if you had like 30 or 40 pallet fires out right on that same spot. You get the old coals and the new coals and everything burns all together. It's beautiful. Sometimes I wish that we would make actually, I think we did one time because we decided not to have the big pallet fire because it was pouring out, but we covered the pallets and everything so that they'd be ready to go. And then the next morning, instead of everybody making their own fires, we're just like, hey, come back over here. We're going to have this fire. We lit it up. Half hour later, we had coals. It was ready to go. The biggest problem with that was putting out the fire when we were done with it, because usually we've got the whole night to put it out, and it took a lot longer to put it out than we were thinking that it would take to put it out. Some of my friends at work, well, I mean, friends that I work with, friends at work, friends from work, were teasing me that I should do one of these at work, like on my lunch break, which would be fun. They're like, oh, but you can't drink your beer here. I'm like, that's kind of the point. It takes me the time to drink the beer, and that's what we talk. That's how long we talk. I mean, I could probably talk to you for an hour without the beer, but that's not as much fun. It's no fun if you're drinking and I'm not drinking. The entire point of this is to drink the beer. One of my favorite drinking games. You chug. But really, I don't like drinking games. As I said when I was younger, when I didn't want to chug, drinking's not a game. This isn't something you play at. Back when I was really seriously thinking either going straight edge or become a full-blown alcoholic. Come to find out, the answer is between the two. But yeah, this is a really nice beer. It's probably a little bit more than the 6.7% because that's how live beer works. It sits there and it keeps making alcohol so long as there's sugar to make alcohol with. So it's probably a little bit stronger, but probably not more than 7. Do I have any other story to tell you? Probably not. Super nerdy and whatnot. you can find me, because I'm just about done here, so we'll wrap this up soon. But you can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all at TubaJake_69. Figured it'd be easier just to make them all the same. So that's what I did. And there was one that I couldn't get the TubaJake underscore on, so I didn't do that. And I like the 69 on there, because it's funny. Plus, you know, I got this thing, and it's a big deal. All right, one last thing. My sister's coming in. Give me just a second. Got a quote for you. One must dare to show what he wants. Madonna said that. Today's her birthday, in case you didn't know. All right, beer's gone. That was fun. I'll do it again sometime. You got time for a beer.